Week 5, not over yet. Our last undefeated has already fallen. There is so much going on. Every week you get on the call and Hamilton says, well, that week was crazy. And here's why. We'll explain why, what happened, the plots, the twists, the ups and downs. We'll dig into it. We have All Pro Corner, Broncos Super Bowl champion Chris Harris on the show. He'll help me out as well. And what a day for his former squad. Bo Nix. Oh my gosh, Drake Maye, the story of the day. Let's get into it. Another run-of-the-mill, insane, almost historical, and unforgettable week of action. Matthew Hamilton, I haven't had any coffee.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna drink this during the show. What did you make? And we'll get into Drake Maye. I'm excited to have Chris Harris on the program. But I'm like what is it? Anya Taylor-Joy, is that her name?
Yeah. From
I always joke.
The Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
I'm her character when she takes the big cookie jar of pills and then she all of a sudden starts seeing things on the ceiling and things click to her. You have to admit there is a moment where where I've had a couple sips of coffee every morning.
Oh yeah. It kicks in and all of a sudden shot out of a cannon. What was that? You had that in a shaker? Was that like an espresso martini? What's going on here?
Can we bring me the biggest thing of coffee possible? Because I was up so late thinking about Drake Maye. And that's not wrong. I was. And of course, I'm scouring UNC. Like, where's the love? Like, let's go. And of course, UNC delivered. That is now a dead storyline. But so much was so exciting. And we've been really blessed. We really have. I always try to be grateful in the moment. With football, I do, because it flies. It freaking flies. We might get an 18th game someday. That's great. That's all on the table. Sure. However, it is so precious, and we're just in the golden age. We're in a golden era of football. Another insane action-packed day. 5 teams rally to pull off double-digit comebacks. 2 undefeateds fell. And in case you're curious, this is the second shortest run of undefeateds in the last 40 years. That's a generation, biblically, 40 years. And that's the quickest that we've seen a team take an L in week 4. Like insane. That happened between, I think, 2010 and 2014, as my pills are starting to work here this morning. Let's dig into some of this action. Like the Patriots. It sucks for every NFL fan that's not the Patriots. You're like, again, you have your quarterback again. And I think they do. This has been going on for a long time. I'm privy and privileged to say that I have a gentleman named Cal Filson on my staff who's from New England, longtime Patriots fan. So he's very closely watched everything with Drake Maye. It was one of our first stops at training with training camp tour with Up and Adams and FanDuel. So this is not new. It's just the first time we've all gotten to revel and see it, and it's poetic and huge for the story, of course, that he does it up against the reigning MVP. First, he's undefeated in primetime. That's it. The whiteout crowd, he outduels him and gets them a win. It's unbelievable. Rabel in the tunnel waiting for Diggs. We said last week in Underreactions, we do it every Wednesday here on Up and Adams, after watching, this is now a rivalry born. Okay, this is now the way we talk about the Jaden and Jordan Loves. He's not only on that level, but there's this thing with Josh Allen now that is on the table. He went 13 for 14 in the second half. It wasn't like the Bills made it easy and guys are running free, by the way. He's just throwing lasers. We've got the people, the Twitter sleuths looking at every angle. There's a Zapruder film of what these throws looked like, just rifling them on the sidelines, making really, really smart decisions with the football as well. He's not making mistakes. His accuracy is really incredible and dialed in. I'm sure that has a lot to do with Josh McDaniels, who's I thought the story a little bit was going to be like, oh, Josh McDaniels, play caller. That's like the perfect fit, but it's not really. He almost somehow is getting under talked about in this, but it is Drake going out there making the plays, and he's certainly making those throws not many people can make. Now the Bills were minus 2,000 to win the division before that game. I'm looking right now. They're now minus 425. Ooh, I kind of like that. I like that. Right. I bet that's a hot little ticket over there with the Overlords on FanDuel Sportsbook. That might be something to have some fun with and get in on. Obviously, Buffalo's fine. Buffalo's going to bounce right back. Josh looked great. Everything was great. But the doors cracked open a little bit here, no? And I feel like I'm just excited that we just get another rivalry, another two quarterbacks, make it a little tough on Josh going forward. I loved it for Diggs. That's what I wanted to talk about on the call this morning. I got on, everybody was Drake, which he deserves. I love that for him. But I feel like there was such a quietness to Diggs all off season, in training camp, even sitting with him. And I think that there's this feeling that he's washed, that he doesn't belong. For him to do that against the Bills, for him to do that at all, for him to have that kind of a 10 grab, 146-yard, unguardable, Trey White, what game, that must have meant a lot to him. And I love it for him because I've always championed him. I think he's special. I think he's a moment maker. I love that. I don't think it's easy to do in the NFL, to make the moments, mini miracle, and so on. So he's heard a lot of garbage. He's listened to a lot. And it's not, and on top of that, you're not healthy. There's nothing worse than that as a player, not be able to be out there, whether it's for yourself, your team, your whatever, money, whatever it is, that's motivating you. All of the above should, right? That's enough. And then to have like the compiling on him, back-to-back 100-yard games for Diggs, by the way. Top 12 in receiving once more. What is this? 2019? I love this. So this idea that he's washed, he's done over the ACL, la, 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 la. Their chemistry on point and building. So I'd love to see it. The other young quarterback I want to talk about, I'm Hamilton, I'm obsessed with the health of the game,
Yeah.
I do think we're in our golden era. And I think for a long time, I was a little sad, probably.
Yeah.
And a little bit unprepared. I'd never gone through my guys leaving, And
yeah,
so
I remember when Philip walked
that was
away.
tough for me.
Yeah.
It's tough for me because then you're like, oh man, like they're all gone, and now, but then they're like analysts and all, they're so part of the beautiful fabric of the game. Peyton and Tom, look what they're doing. But it's like, oh man, like it's all these young guys. I hope they can like do it. They're doing it. Like you saw that with Drake. It was so nice to see. So like for this golden age, golden era, I think we're in such good hands. I think the NFL is in such exciting hands. And Bo Nix showed us that yesterday. We have high expectations for him, right? He's the offensive rookie of the year, reigning. So it was so nice to see that. And you got to forget the box score. You got to forget everything else. This was the best moment of Bo Nix's young career so far. And nobody can question that he can take down the top team. Sean Payton talking about his leadership in moments where it matters, coming up big in the clutch. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's the one. Let's take a look at some of this. It doesn't get much better than this. 18 straight points in the fourth quarter against the defending champs, against one of the greatest DCs in NFL lore. On the road, by the way, in Philly, of all places to be on the road. The Broncos hadn't won there in 40 years. I think it was, as you could tell, sort of from listening to Sean Payton after the game, emotional for him, meaningful to him. I think people maybe don't give, because of his like maniac exterior and going for it and like the offensive mastermind, all the things about Sean Payton that we know and love and make him successful. I think there's a little softy in there. I do. I think there's like someone who has reverence for family and what it all means. And I think Philly's important to him for ways that he described. And this team is special to him, and it's bearing out that way. And it's very cool to see, because he called his effing shot, didn't he? He said, this is a team I believe in that could go to the Super Bowl. And then for them to do this, it was amazing. And it shows, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers level trust that our guy Sean has for his young quarterback. And that's why the Broncos won this thing, because Sean Payton got stupid aggressive. One of those where I was like covering, like, oh, duh. He got so aggressive in the fourth quarter, and he said, Bo, go. Take this game in your hands and do the thing. The first down at the Eagles 11. Come on. We're not running the ball. We're letting it effing rip. Let it rip, coach. Touchdown to Evan Ingram. We scored. Should we kick the extra point to tie? Screw that. F that. We're going to go for two and take the lead. Third down late in the game. Should we run the clock? No. Let Bo do his thing. Let him drop back and deal the dagger. That's what happened here. You don't see a lot of coaches have that much faith in a young quarterback. You just do not. So I'm telling you right now, if Sean Payton got conservative, or maybe even like, I don't even know, like some might say smart, like on any safe floor. If he did it in any of those three spots that I just riddled off there, Denver loses the game. So I could not have loved that more for both of them. Ham, were you watching that one? I'm sure you were. That was fun. That was a fun one to watch for Bo.
Oh yeah. was locked. It just the way he just caught fire in the fourth quarter, and as you said, the trust
Yeah.
thing from Sean Payton was just so huge. I mean, and there was no hesitation on any of these. It was clear they were going for it. They were going for the throat. There was no playing anything safe. And we saw a few coaches play things conservative yesterday, and it ended up biting them. Sean Payton went for it and pulls off the massive, massive comeback.
Did you watch any of his post game?
I didn't.
You didn't get it. It's worth kind of a look. And now they go to, you know, and I'm obsessed with how he's obsessed with the mapping and the travel, and now he's going to, obviously they're going over to London. I'll be at that game, by the way. That London game.
That's
it's Broncos Jets. I wonder if Megan Payton's going.
Are we boosting around the world again? Do we have to talk to the overlords? What's happening there?
I think several people won yesterday. I'm not sure how the numbers did, but that was an exciting game to start. That game, everyone was like, "Oh no, I'm going to go for 0 touchdown." That was a fun little finish as well.
Yeah.
As far as the Eagles, and I'm having a tough time with this fan base. I'm having a tough time. Even when I say nice things, I'm wrong. Even when we're in a bad place as a fan base with Kay Adams and the Eagles. I don't really know why, because I'm not playing the game. I'm not subscribing. I'm not falling into the trap. I don't know what happened with the play calling. I don't know. It's yes, inexcusable to have a 14-point lead and let, Saquon somehow manage just 1 carry the entire second half. Sure, irresponsible. Sure, brutal. Under any circumstances, that's true. I mean, especially in a game where, he's averaging like 19,000 yards per touch. But that's the kind of stuff that's fixable. You have a new OC, got to wait for, I don't know. This loss changes nothing. Nothing. I want Eagles fans to hear me. I'm saying something nice about you. You are complete. You are the contender. You're supposed to be hated. In fact, you prefer it. You don't know how to do anything else. You just love being hated on or not talked about or disparaged. It's what drives you. This loss changes nothing for me in regards to how I feel about you. You are every bit of the contender. You are every bit expected to go back and win the Super Bowl. Unless, of course, the Bucs win it, because we got to talk about that. Most fun game of the day. Most fun game of the week every week. I'm running out of words to describe my affection for the play and the aura of Baker Mayfield. I don't know if there's a single player who's meant more to his team through the first 5 weeks of this season. And you guys can tell me in the YouTube comments or on Twitter, who has meant more, who has been the most valuable by the true definition of MVP, more valuable to their team than Baker Mayfield has been. Not just the play either, but let's take a look at some of the play. Look what he did yesterday. He's missing his Hall of Fame perennial 1,000-yard wide receiver. He's missing his star running back up against Mike McDonald defense that has truly made every quarterback melt into a human being. It looks like me out there throwing the ball against McDonald. And he barely missed on the day. 379, 7 scoring drives. He threw 4 incompletions. And remember, we still haven't even seen him with everything he's got, his full arsenal, everything at his disposal. They're banged up. Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin, they were out the first 3. They came back just in time for Mike and our boy Bucky to get hurt. He's by far my favorite player. Has been going back to last year probably as far as watchability. And then I went down there and this team's just rearing to go. Do you know what I mean? And what a fun storyline that would be for him. And he's just like magic to watch, isn't he? The lore is growing. Fourth quarter comeback number 4, game-winning drive number 4. A quarterback has not done that since 1966. The late Charlie Johnson, by the way, we have that fact, of the St. Louis Cardinals, which is beyond words, honestly, at this point. And I know it's very early. I know. But let's look at these NFC standings after yesterday. There is a not 1, not 2, not 3. There's a 4-way tie at the top. I know you can't have 1-person tie. I don't know why I said 1. Niners, Eagles, Bucks, Lions at 4-1. The Niners would be the 1 seed, by the way, as of now, which is wild to think about. Philly, the favorite, plus 330, as you should be, Philly. It's your responsibility to go and win it. Detroit is at plus 420, as we can see. So it's already shaping up to be a very fun, wild, weird year. But riddle me that. Is there a player that's more important in all the ways to their team and their success over the first 5, oh my gosh, than Baker Mayfield? You guys let me know. I bet you Chris Harris is like, stop talking about offense. Shut up about these quarterbacks. Let's talk a little defense with our Super Bowl champion. What a game for the Broncos. The We Are Harris's podcast. Lots to talk about after this. other options? I mean, Nick Bonito would be effing up there. I just want everyone to know.
Man, he was incredible yesterday.
2.5 sacks.
Not just, yeah. And the theatrics, doing the Fly Eagles fly down by 14 points is a bold choice. And
I love that for him. I love that for everyone.
yeah.
These Eagles fans, they're mad. They're big mad.
Yeah.
I would just say it's as if you, I don't know, Eagles won a Super Bowl. And it's as if that's what comes with winning a Super Bowl. It's also like you've been here before. They just like it. They like being.
Yeah. It's their identity.
There's a difference, though. If you're mad about the tush push, go. People, if I say something, and that's what happened. I said something tush pushy, and then I got crushed for it. But if it's just the absence of being talked about, that's when you sort of get yourself on my list as a fan base. That's right. I can have a list too. When you get yourself into and you know who you are, teams, you know who you are, where you can't say, man, Justin Herbert looked great without some AFC team. There's several being like, what? but my quarterback. And you're like, I wasn't talking about you. It's not all about you. Those fan bases I hate.
Yeah.
And you know,
I don't think the Eagles are quite there. It's just, it's in their DNA as a sports city. It's in their DNA as a sports city to have that. Yeah.
They used to not be, they were not. Now it's more, it's fine to be like, everyone hates us, wolf masks. I was there. I lived it. I understand. Yeah. Friends with Chris Long, whole thing. I remember that very well. It's different. It's different to be like, there's an anti-Eagles agenda. Ooh.
Yeah. I think the Jalen Hurts discourse probably is responsible for a lot of that, because it's like, our guy just won a Super Bowl and you're not giving him any credit, and they had to listen to all that garbage. And
yeah, that's fair.
I feel like that does something to you. Yeah.
Except I would also be like, Jalen loves that. Jalen literally does not want you talking about him. Like last person in the end, last quarterback of the 32 that wants to be talked about. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And I do have high expectations. It's like I have high expectations. Go and win it. Like they should. They are Super Bowl champions again, right?
Yeah.
That's my new thing. They are, right? Like you're just going to go. Well, how about the Manders yesterday?
Man, they look good.
Luca got himself a win. Luca sent me a picture of him and his whole family at the game.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And I thought they were going to get smoked potentially. So what a day.
Yeah. Jaden wasn't missing a beat. Our guy, Bill, Krosky Merritt, monster day.
Oh, I'll have to call Evan and Sebastian. I'm sure they're riveted by his performance. Okay.
Here's the rollout, the throw, it's there. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
3-time All-Pro defensive back, Super Bowl champion, of course, my friend Chris Harris Jr. How are you? And by the way, we should say congrats on the success of We're the Harrises, your amazing podcast. How are you?
Oh, everything's going good. It's always great on a Monday morning when the Broncos win. So
I'm telling you, do these games just feel this football's, I'm sorry to say, it might be better than your football back then. I'm not kidding. They're killing it right now. The NFL's killing it right now.
I would say offensively, right? I think they broke a record of scoring points the first 4 games. And, defensively, it's definitely not the same standard as when I was playing. So, but the offenses are going off, man. They're scoring points. Teams are putting up 40 every week. And, that's not something that you see a lot in the NFL.
Chris, what's going on with defense?
I'm seeing a lot of poor tackling, a lot of busting coverages. Guys are not in the are in sync out there on the defensive side of the field. The coverages haven't been as tight. And just the quarterbacks are just on point right now, being able to have that ball placement. These guys are pretty accurate right now, and, they're exploiting the defense.
These Broncos really, like you're saying, tremendous performance. And now they go to London, 14 points down, fourth quarter. They're, trying to upset these defending champs. What changed when you're watching? Like, what happened in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. I think Bo just got in a rhythm, when I think he went 9 for 10, had 2 touchdowns in the second half, leading 3 drives, scoring drives. And when you do that in the fourth quarter, that's when that's when you make your money. right? I remember playing against Tom Brady, and we would literally just dominate this guy for 3 quarters. But in that fourth quarter, he always woke up and always delivered and made it hard for us to close him out. So, and that's what Bo Nix showed yesterday. You know, he was able to go out there, you know, play excellent in the second half. Cortland Sutton played excellent. You know, going against the top corner, he went out there and made big plays on huge third downs. And, you know, Sean Payton, man, having the guts to go for it for 2.
Yes.
I think it was an excellent play call. Franklin, you know, able to use his speed to get to the front pylon, and a great throw. So it was just an excellent fourth quarter.
Are you saying that Bo looked like Tom Brady yesterday? What are you willing to say here?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm just that clutch factor, though. He has that. Like, he wants to be able to be that guy in the fourth quarter, and that's what you want to see. You know, quarterbacks make their money on third downs, and you got to say fourth quarters, right? That's when they really make their money. They got to deliver those plays, and he came with that confidence on the road versus the defending champs, and he delivered yesterday.
I mean, if I think about the Broncos last year and in his rookie season, these are the kind of games they did let slip. 1-8 against teams with winning records. 1-8 in 2024. Yeah. And then they just go ahead and outscore the Eagles 18-0 in the fourth quarter. And it is Sean Payton calling these several times, these gutsy plays that I'm like pulling my hair out, like, oh, this is gonna, you know, what are we doing? But if he doesn't do that and stay aggressive, and it also obviously shows confidence in his guy. I'm trying to gauge like how good he is. And then he did that hostile territory. How good is he?
I think Bo's right there. You know, it's little things that he can work on. You know, that deep ball, getting more touch on it. He throws so hard, and he sometimes overthrows guys. If he can able to get that moon ball, that touch pass, like kind of like Jalen Hurts, you know, I think he throws one of the best deep balls in the game. So if he can add that wrinkle to his arm, because he definitely has the arm strength. He just has to put a little bit of air under it, let his guys run under it. And the Broncos could literally be sitting here undefeated, you know. If they let a couple games slip, and they had the lead going in the fourth quarter. So I think they are a legitimate contender.
What is it going to take you're talking about the defense. One person on defense that I think is a total standout is Nick Bonito. And not just like yesterday's 2.5 sacks, the game seal, like the, you know, game wrecking at the end of the game to sort of seal it for them. What is it going to take to start talking? I was talking about this last week ahead of this one. I'm like, he's so good. He's got 20.5 sacks since the start of last season. When do we, in your, you know, all pro bowl, super, all of it, when can we talk about him? What needs to happen for him to be in that TJ, Aiden, Miles conversation, that tier of pure pass rushers?
I think he had his coming out party last year, and everybody, you know, got the Pro Bowl. I don't know. I think he might have got second team All-Pro, very close to getting first team. I think he should have got first team. But, you know, this year he's on pace to being first team. He's right there as a front runner, as a defensive player of the year. I would put him, Kirby Joseph, the guy for the Lions. I think he's always having high interceptions. You know, Myles Garrett is out here dominating. But I would have to put Bonito right there in the front as a leading defensive player of the year as the first 4 games, 7 sacks. You know, his pressure rate is I think is first in the league. He's playing the run excellent. When he drops back in coverage, he can do that also. I mean, he's a complete player. And just getting off the ball. You know, I don't think anybody in the league is getting off the ball and putting that much pressure on tackles as much as Bonito is right now. So you got to give this guy a lot of respect on how he's playing on the field.
And then he's like trolling. He's doing the Fly Eagles Fly out there. He's also on Twitter a little bit. So he has this edge to him. I think it probably bothers him that he isn't talked about. It's only motivating him more. I can only imagine Sean Payton digging into that and sort of pressing that button for him. We have no more undefeated teams. They all fall. Bills last night, they're fine. They're great. So, you know, they have the MVP. Some uncharacteristic turnovers. People want to say, of course, that these 4 wins that they had came against teams with a combined 3-17 record, Chris. Yeah. I'll ask you this. Who's the best team in the NFL right now? There are no undefeateds.
I'm gonna still go with the Eagles. I think they just went away from their game plan yesterday. You know, they're a team that's been leading the league in rushing the first 4 games, and they come out and, you know, just try to attack the Broncos in the air. And I think Saquon Barkley had 30 yards. So I think they just got away from their formula. If they can continue to, you know, play running football, you know, play good defense with FanDuel, I think they're still the top team. I definitely am worried about the Lions. You know, the Lions is a team that's very hot right now. They're putting up points. You know, of course they had a bad first game versus the Green Bay, but you know, it's a new offensive coordinator. They're starting to gel now with Jared Goff. I think they're a team that you have to be worried about. That's playing really good football right now.
I don't know. The Chargers put up like 10 points yesterday. It was not what we thought to start the season. Commanders, they were at home. They lost both of their star tackles. Is that what's going on when you're watching? Like, what is going on with the Chargers?
Injuries just kills them. You know, when you got backup right tackle and a backup left tackle, and both those guys are top picks. You know, Slater's a top pick. Joe Alt went top 5, right? Top 10. We know that. You know, he's a top pick. So those are big misses. And, you know, even though Keenan Allen's coming back is playing great, shout out to him. I think he just got did he get 1,000 catches? No, shout out to him.
Yes, we talked to him about it. Yes, I talked to him about it. Yes.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. You know, always for guy that's always open. And Quentin Johnson's looking good. You know, it's just injuries. When you lose those 2 tackles, it's hard to get in a rhythm. You have times where, you know, the D-line is loving it. You know, Von Miller was loving it being able to go against a backup tackle yesterday, a guy that, you know, he's played against Pipkins, Trey Pipkins a lot. And Bobby Wagner he's playing great out of his mind. I keep forgetting what year he's in. You know, he's still balling at the middle linebacker position. But, you know, it's the tackles that's killing this team. Injuries all the way around. And hopefully, you know, they can get it back on track.
I feel like that's an excuse. I feel like for another team, you might say that's like everyone has injuries. They're not the most banged up team in the league. And there's a lot of thoughts on Harbaugh and Roman that it's just not, they're not cutting it. It's not, is that criticism fair, or is it really just injuries?
No, I don't think it's fair. When you lose, I don't think people realize offensive line is probably one of the worst position groups in the league right now. And when you lose a guy like Joe Alt and Slater, you know, Herbert, he has to run more. He has to do a little bit more. Now, you know, it's a little bit more stress on him within his offense. And if you can't run the football, in Harbaugh's system, it makes it very tough. It can make you very one-dimensional. And right now, you know, the Redskins had a solid defense. They came in with a great game plan, and they're tough to beat. So they're a playoff team. They just didn't have it yesterday, and next week they got a great chance to bounce back.
Yeah, and he's been under pressure more than every time I look. He's under pressure, Justin Herbert, much more than other quarterbacks in the face. They got to get him healthy. Speaking of injuries, I mean, you could point to the Niners, different positions, all that, and say, gosh, they're doing it with backups. Like they're rearing to go. They should be favorites. All of that. These Ravens are 1-4, blowout loss to the Texans. Injuries, I understand. Yes. Why weren't the Ravens able to stay competitive though?
Yeah, I'm not a believer in their defense. You know, they have a lot of high profile guys. They lost the big time D tackle. He's out for the season, I believe. He's a major piece. The secondary hasn't been gelling well. So I think they're done. You know, I think you never want to count out a Lamar Jackson team and a Derrick Henry, because, you know, with those guys, that's like 8 wins with those 2 guys together, you know. But right now their defense is just so bad, I don't think they can overcome it. But the good thing is they're in a bad division right now. You know, the Browns aren't playing too well. The Bengals, we see what Jake Browning is doing out there, throwing interceptions everywhere. And can we truly trust the Steelers? So they still have a chance.
They're favored. They're favored to win the North still somehow. I don't think I've ever seen a 1-4 team ever be favored to win the division.
That's how bad the other teams are. And, you know, can we really trust Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the season? You know, he's playing solid right now, but I think everybody can believe that, you know, the Ravens can go on a nice little winning streak once they get Lamar back. And, you know, he's still the best quarterback in that division that's playing this season. So they're not going to count them out.
Yeah. Defense matters, though, like we're saying, with that and the Steelers, and you're shaking your head. I'd love to know, like, your thoughts on what could stop, like, what's the worry with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is playing good. It's just, can he be consistent all year long? At his age, 40 plus, taking the hits, and can he do that for the whole totality of the season? That's my only question mark. I believe Lamar Jackson can come back, a couple of weeks from his hamstring, and they go on a roll. So, even though we talk about great defenses, we know the Browns have probably the best defense in the division. But, can we trust Dylan Gabriel? No. So it still rides on the quarterback.
No, it's a tough world. We've seen it all in the NFL, I feel like. And then this Arizona thing happened. Did you see this?
I feel bad for the kid. The coach looked like he was ready to fight him. So
well, I think we have it, right? The Cards are up. It's like they're up 9, I think. Do we have it? Less than 5 minutes to go. I mean, interception, fumble, touchdown, trifecta. What is this, Chris?
You just got to tuck the ball right there and just fall on it. And that's my guy, Lockett, So shout out to him from Tulsa, man. That's my guy. So I'm glad he was able to fall on it, and get a touchdown. But, Cardinals, sometimes bad teams, they do things like this in crucial situations to lose the game. They're just used to losing. And the Cardinals haven't been able to change that culture yet. We see it. They beat themselves. They clearly beat themselves in this game. And they do have talent, though. They do have talent, but they just got to learn how to win as a team.
We've been saying they've got talent. We know it's like Kyler Murray will be one of the wasted talents potentially in all of NFL history. Yeah. I believe that. All we talk about is his talent. That if he was at his, if he performed or was in a situation where he could perform at his full potential, he could best every quarterback in the National Football League. How can they not make this work? What do they need? Chris, go fix them.
He just needs some more vets. He needs some more guys that's been there and done it. And I think that when he had Hop, I thought that was a good relationship. I thought they were a good tandem. I wish he was still there, because that would be great for Marvin Harrison to have a veteran receiver right there with them. That can help him as he's going through these hard stretches. He doesn't have a mentor guy there. And that's sometimes you need that as a receiver. Even D-Hop had it with Andre Johnson. So you got to have that. And I think once he's able to catch up and, be that dominant receiver, they get a consistent run game. The Cardinals have the pieces. Defensively, they're young, they're fast, but they just can't. They got to stop beating themselves.
Calais is back there, but of course he's not in the wide receiver room. But I'm sure he's making his, veteran presence known. It's very cool to see him back, finishing his career there. Yeah, it's cool.
He's still getting sacks too, getting back there.
I know he looks so good.
I mean, he's still balling. He might be able to steal one more year, if he wants to play. But they just need one vet, like Quentin Johnson or Quinston Johnson. We see him playing so much better now that Keenan Allen is over there with him, right?
You think that's what it is, really?
Of course, yeah. Him being able to help that guy understand where the holes are, understand how to run his routes even better. Keenan Allen had Antonio Gates. It's always, I had Brian Dawkins and Champ Bailey. So you always have some guys that kind of pass the torch with you and give you that extra knowledge to kind of help boost your career early.
That's a good point. But yeah, Quentin's like one of the best stories in the league. Keenan clearly maybe even more important than I realized to that team in meetings and such. I just made the case, you heard me probably in the break. I think Baker is I love Baker. I can't get enough Baker. I like watching. I think it's fun. I think he's very important to him. I think he's the MVP in my eyes as far as being the actual most valuable player. Who do you think is the most valuable player? If I think it's Baker, you can agree, disagree.
Yeah. I like Baker. I like the pick. I had Baker in my number 2, though. I had Matthew Stafford at number 1.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
Stafford has just been lights out. If you just watch the Rams, just cut on the tape, cut on the film. This guy rarely misses. He's always on point. He always has a receiver that's always in the top of the league. I just love the way he's playing right now. Then I would put Baker, having those last-minute drives, being able to have big throws in huge games, running the football, just leading that Bucs team. So I like those two. And then if I'm going to go with number 3, I'm going to go with a running back. Let's go with Taylor. Taylor with the Colts. You know, he's out here balling, having big runs, catching the ball out the backfield. I love what Jonathan Taylor's doing this season.
And he's so unheralded. He gets no love, no juice. It doesn't make any sense. He's out here just like breaking record, does it quietly. Yeah, I really like what the Colts have going on. Are you in on the Chiefs?
What'd you say? I'm sorry?
Are you in on the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are not out of it. You know, you still got Patrick Mahomes. He's, you know, still the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. And they're waiting on Rice. Once they get Rice back, their offense is going to open up a lot. He's a key target for Mahomes in the middle. And then the Chargers, you know, losing those 2 tackles, dropping a couple games. They still have a lot of life. So I'm definitely not out on the Chiefs. And I think they got a big game tonight. You know, to be able to show that they can be tied for first in the division.
Who's killing it at corner in your eyes? Who's popping?
Ooh, number 1 corner this year. I love Denzel Ward. The way he's playing. This guy is very sticky. He has amazing feet work. You know, he's just always on that guy's hip, and he can run. So Denzel Ward, Quinyon Mitchell was having a great season until you know, Cortland had his way yesterday. But I would have to go with Denzel Ward to start the season, first 4 games.
I mean, I feel bad for them because they're stuck there. Him and Miles. I'd like to get them somewhere else. I might be manifesting that before the trade. It'd be nice.
I doubt they ever let those guys go.
Yeah, I know. They're never going to let him go. I don't even know if Miles wants to go, so I don't even know what I know he wants to win. I feel the same way about Cam Jordan. It's like, you want to be a Saint. You signed back there. I understand that, but like, don't you want to go chase the ring? Don't you want to go to Detroit? No, you don't think so. If
I'm Cam, I understand why he would stay in New Orleans.
Yeah,
you know,
he is New Orleans.
They treat him like a king there, and he's very comfortable there. I mean, the lifestyle is just perfect for Cam there. He is New Orleans, so I definitely understand why he would never want to leave there. Just the way he gets treated. But, you know, the DBs, I forgot one guy, Rodgers from the Vikings. You know, he single-handedly won the game last weekend. So he's got to be up there in that defensive MVP race. Also, as the top DB going into the first 4 games.
Do we have a defensive player of the year odds for FanDuel, guys? I don't know. I have no idea who's in the. I imagine Benito's. Is he the favorite? Aiden's up there still. Wow.
Parsons, I don't think Parsons. You know, the trade was the bigger splash so far. You know, I don't think he's made that key splash yet. So I will go Benito. Damn, we don't have any DBs up there.
That's what I'm asking you. Who's the one? So you're saying the one to put on is Denzel Ward?
Or Kirby Joseph for sure for the Lions. He's a ball magnet, a great tackler. He never lets anything get over the top of that Lions defense. You know, rarely. So
he had like a run. He had a run of a pick in every game for like 6 weeks last year. That was so fun to watch.
He's doing it now. Yeah, I think he has like 3 now.
It's only week 5. Yes, he has three picks already.
Yeah.
I have missed that. I want to ask you about, did you see what Jair did? I'll show you.
Yeah, you got to show me this.
So here it is. Texans rookie, Jalen Noel scores his first career touchdown. He does the Ray Lewis dance. And Jair literally takes the ball from him for disrespecting the Ravens. Your thoughts?
That's funny. I mean, you just got to kind of let that one go, because I remember I think we used to do that too. You know, even when Ray was playing, people would try to do the dance. So it's all good. But Jair, I don't even think he's like a real Raven. You know, you've been a Packer your whole life.
That's what I know, and I feel bad.
It couldn't really offend you that much.
I'm glad you said it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Didn't make you that mad.
You just got there. What are we doing? Like, do you like? That was my first. I liked it.
And I think the Ravens probably hate him anyways right now. You know, probably based off his way he's playing. I don't think the fans are probably too happy with him. You know, or anybody on that defense. So don't let him score.
Why isn't it working?
I don't know. It's hard to put your thumb on it. You know, they have all the guys, you know, and all first rounders. The guys are getting paid, you know, 20+ million on their defense, and all pros, and they just can't click. You know, sometimes, you know, you just getting a defense that the system is just not right for all you guys, and they're just not clicking.
Last but not least, tell me more about the podcast. What are you guys doing? What are you talking about? It's We the Harrises.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Harris, you, of course, and Shelby Harris. It's on YouTube. It's wherever you get your podcast. Where can we see it? What's going on?
Yeah, on all the social media platforms, you can find it in YouTube, of course, and Gorilla Sports. Shout out to Gorilla Sports.
Okay.
It's just, we're talking sports, and of course, we're all last name Harris, and we're able to have a O lineman, a D tackle, and then me as a DB. Try to spread the the knowledge through those positions. But it's been fun. Talking ball, talking anything that's going on in the news. So it's been great. Just getting back in this space and getting in the sports world. And I gotta get back. Comfortable in the TV life. And now that I'm retired, so now it's time to get back in that flow. Now, my girls are getting a little bit older now, so I can do a little bit more. So I'm ready to get active.
And there's plenty to talk about. And if these Broncos go on a run, Chargers go on a run, you'll definitely have people calling you to talk about them. We really appreciate the time. Thanks for staying involved in the game. It means a lot that you took your time to hang out with us this morning. And everybody, yes, go watch, listen, download We're the Harrises with Ryan Harris, Shelby Harris, and Chris Harris Jr. Thank you, Chris.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We'll be back. We got a special little Mahomes little Patrick Mahomes cameo on the show today. We'll be back after this.
And after all the Xavier Worthy excitement, I don't know if you saw what happened with him yesterday. Yeah. Questionable. His ankle started getting swollen on the team flight. Yeah. So hopefully he's still able to go tonight.
I gotta watch that game. There's too many NFL games. Too much.
At least there's no doubleheader tonight.
What?
It's one game. Yeah.
That's brutal. And I don't think I'm gonna get to watch any games next week.
With London going on.
Yeah. No, actually, no. I can watch all of them. Right? You leave, you go to the pub.
Yeah.
That actually sounds so fun.
Yeah.
I have to message. I told both teams I'm coming. I wonder if they're going to do fun stuff. I doubt it. The Broncos aren't doing anything fun.
Yeah. It's all business.
And nothing is fun with the Jets.
Yeah. Really nothing is fun with them right now. Those fans are. I've seen a lot of Jet fan
Maybe
disappointment.
they need a little chaos in their life,
Maybe, yeah.
I bring the
I gotta
fun.
tell you, living in this New York area my whole life, I've seen a lot of Jet fans disappointment, a lot of Jet fans being around. I don't think I've ever seen it this bad. They are inconsolable right now.
I don't know what to say. I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing nice to say. So I will reserve the things I have to say for the post-show meeting, where I let it rip like Shantae said to Bo Nix. I wrote "Let It Rip" and that's a whole story I have to tell you. He's too funny. It's all too funny. Yeah, I'm hosting the YouTube NFL flag night before the game. It's Gunna versus H, and I'm just so excited because it gets so serious. It gets so competitive. It was like a mob at Super. It was like out of control. It was maybe the most out of control, fun broadcast of my lifetime when we did it at Super Bowl. This will be great. I'm so excited.
That's awesome. Do we know who any of the other celebrities are playing yet?
We do, but I don't know which ones are.
Tell us?
I know them all, but I don't know see what's public. I'm also going to see Carly. Welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Big thanks to Chris Harris Jr. for helping break down and chew on some of what happened yesterday, week 5. One game to go. The Chiefs play tonight, okay? Kansas City was kind enough to welcome me. Patrick, State Farm, nice enough to welcome us over the summer. to talk about what they're doing with State Farm. Iconic commercials. They get better and better. The cameos are out of control. And this one was really special for Patrick, I could tell, because he got to be the welcome wagon for his teammate, Trey Smith, the Chiefs offensive guard, who's a brilliant actor, by the way. Trey's spot debuts today, and you can tell the big guy likes himself the spotlight. You've been with State Farm a long time. I did my research. This predates your children, your marriage, 2019. Do you remember your very first commercial?
I do, yeah. I was very nervous. Luckily for me, Aaron was already a pro at it, so he had most of the lines, and so it was me, Aaron, and his fake agent, if you remember those.
I do.
Remember those commercials, and so I didn't have a lot of lines, but it introduced me to what it was like to be a part of this great company.
Were you nervous back then? What was Patrick Mahomes back then versus now in these ads?
Definitely more nervous, just more trying to say exactly what the line is, more trying to do what they're saying to do, whereas now I feel more comfortable riffing and kind of being myself and having my own personality with it.
Does it feel like State Farm is a part of your family, and what went into wanting to partner with them?
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're a part of my family. I mean, first off, I am someone that uses State Farm, so I have my own agent, Debbie. She's awesome. We has been close to my family now and using that. And then as well as they've partnered with 15 of the MAHOMES. They've brought in my teammates, my coaches, and they want it to be more authentic to me and not just a partnership, a transaction. They want it to be something that really boosts me and my family and my friends as well.
Tell me about Debbie. What can you tell me about Debbie?
She's awesome.
I love that.
Her kids have been at my charity golf tournament stuff and at my gala. And so it's just cool because it's not like I'm just a face of the company that doesn't utilize the same products that the company does. I'm a part of the State Farm family, part of the insurance and everything that goes with being a part of State Farm.
And they really keep upping the ante. Every commercial, every ad, the cameos over the years, they really become iconic spots. I have to know, when you're home and those ads come on every 5 seconds, and we love that, what do the kids say?
Jake from State Farm, he shows up obviously always with me, and so my daughter always says, "Hey Dad, it's your friend." And so he is my friend now, Jake, and so to be a part of this campaign that's went along so long now, it's cool to see Coach Reed be a part of it. It's cool to see Travis be a part of it, and then obviously actually my brother was a part of it, and then now Trey Smith will be a part of it as well. And so they've done a great job of bringing in all my friends, all my teammates, and it's fun whenever the kids see it on TV.
I'm watching Jake back there. He's got people carrying umbrellas for him, fanning him. Has he handled fame well?
He's done all right, it's definitely, he's got more people now. When he first got here, he was just one person with him, got to do in his wardrobe and everything like that. Now it's like he's got a fan, he's got an umbrella, he's got the whole thing, but he's a really good dude. And we built a great relationship. He loves sports, which is awesome. And it's been cool to see him blossom into the person that he is and really taking on the role of Jake from State Farm.
Tell me about the new State Farm ad.
So the new State Farm ad is going to be all about not only getting great insurance or great protection, getting the best protection, and I believe that is State Farm, and that not only because I know the people and how much they care, only about me, but for everybody, and being the best they could be in this world, but just because they go out there and do it every single year, and they've done it for year on. And so for me to be a part of this campaign, it's hopefully going to bring a lot of joy to people's lives, and hopefully the commercial can be a little part of that as well.
Well, cameo, who's the cameo?
The cameo is, first off, we got Trey Smith.
Incredible.
I was talking about protection, one of the best protectors in the NFL. And then we actually have Julie, my trainer, that helped me play a lot of big football games. And obviously she protects me in every single day. So she does a lot of therapy with me, and another great protector that's part of my life.
It was awesome. It was fun from start to finish. I think the content was great, and I'm really excited to see the commercial air. I know my family's fired up for it, so it's really cool. It's something that, as a kid growing up, you see the State Farm commercials, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there, you know what I mean?
The dulcet tones.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Do you sing in this commercial?
I do not, thankfully.
What's it like being in this sort of setting with Patrick?
Oh, it's so cool. Just being with 15, honestly, out the field, great guy. So there's a reason why he's so great, just as a human being and as a quarterback. But it's always fun to come shoot content. Got to meet Jake from State Farm. That was dope.
Hold on. What do you mean by that? So Jake is he's a full-on celebrity. Yeah. What is that like?
It's goated, man. He was so nice. That was the best part about it.
He is so nice. He did have somebody carrying an umbrella for him. Is he a diva?
No. They were doing it for all of us. So.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So you thought that was dope. Working with Patrick is great. Is acting in Trey Smith's future? I feel like you're dipping your toes a little bit.
Yeah, I think my bag's extensive, and might as well add acting into it, and that's something I definitely would love to pursue.
Big thanks to State Farm for the time with them over the summer, setting up what might be a journey to the Super Bowl. I loved the Jake bits of this, Ham. Like full on, like he's who the kids want to talk about. He shows up at everything. These are like these, and I mean, I said it once and I'll say it again. And I said it in the piece, like this is like everywhere and it's iconic and they have really made themselves woven into the lore of the NFL. It's a big deal when you get the commercials, you know, he was like reflecting on his first one being part of the family. And then like, shout out to Deb, you know, we all have a Deb.
Yeah.
I think my Deb is named Olivier. I think my Deb bothers me all the time. If you can imagine. I've never paid a Deb bill on time. I always get the little notice that's like, you're about to run out, like a good neighbor. Olivier is here to remind me to make a payment.
Yeah, and I mean, for Trey Smith, this is a guy who's won multiple Super Bowls, and I got to meet Jake from State Farm. Like that, you know.
Yeah, I got to meet him. He's cool. Yeah, and he was wonderful. I mean, he was too big time to sit down with us, obviously. We have to figure out a way to get him on the show, but he has crushed it and like could not be more delightful. So big thanks again to State Farm for that. And check out the new ad. I'm sure you'll see it tonight on Monday Night Football. We got a secret menu item. We will be back after
this. Oh boy, more. I'm just seeing two right now. You know that Seahawks fan that Keekly put us onto that everybody talks about that harasses the players?
Yeah.
There's a TikTok video that came out this morning of that guy going after Baker and Baker going back at him. And then when he comes off the field after the game, like turn around and point at him as he goes.
What did I tell you? What did I say? I said this in the show last week. I said, that's just going to get Baker going.
Yep. And it did. Yeah, there's a great video of it.
I got the menace.
We can't play the audio on here because he says some things in there to this guy, but yeah. Amazing.
We got the latest on Xavier here when we get back on the air.
Yeah.
This Ravens to win the North tweet went off.
It did. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Like, has that ever happened? I wonder.
I think the Texans might have been 1-4 and came back and won the division, but for a team to be favored, they definitely were not favored when they did it.
That's what I'm asking. Do you remember that?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Are you still mad that I met those boom guys?
The Rizzler wasn't there. I don't care. That's the only one. Yeah.
Isn't that the same guy?
Well, no, he's associated with them.
No, like so the little boy. A boy.
Yeah.
He was there.
But there's was it Big Justice or was it the Rizzler? These are the questions we need answers to.
There was a father figure.
Yeah.
And there was a full-on child.
Yeah. See, so I think that's
birthday
Big
parties
Justice.
in Los Angeles. Yeah. No, the kid is Big Justice.
Yeah.
I don't want to. These are not things I want to know. I'm not falling for your
These
trap.
are things that you need to know.
I texted Hamilton Friday night that I'd met these stars. Move over Jake from State Farm.
I was going to say the Rizzler is my Jake from State Farm. Yeah.
They were lovely. I thought these are the Costco guys, right? Am I crazy? Am I kind of wrong? Okay.
Yeah,
and
no, those are the Costco
song
guys.
About like
how many booms do you give the party? 5 booms?
Like, what? Okay.
Nice.
Welcome back. We got a big one tonight. Chiefs, Jags. I will say, I will let you guys know, Xavier Worthy, as we're seeing, he's expected to play. That coming to us from Rap Sheet. Where you been, dog? Haven't talked to him in forever. So that's nice. We like that. He needs to be out there. He's the kind of key to this whole thing working. Everyone says it's Rasheed, and that might be a thing, and people are getting texts about when Rasheed gets back, it's going to be this or that. Worthy is very importante. Okay. We have another thing that's very important. We have vitamins in my hand, and we have a secret menu for you for Monday Night Football. Let's get to it. These are just custom specials. Okay. You can only find them here. They're exclusive to FanDuel. Here's my favorite one today. And there's several, so please get over there and check these out. You can get Travis Kelce or Travis Hunter to score a touchdown at -105. I love that. A little Travis 2-pack for you. You need one of them to score in order to win. Love that. And there is a PBT, by the way, tonight you can use to boost that as well. So we can bring the boost, Hamilton.
We can bring that boost. Let's go.
Will we get sued? We probably would. We'll bring the boost. That's what we do. Is that it?
Yeah. So they did the performance. So.
Yes. Full. It's too much. But there's a PBT that we will bring the boost to you. Go to the game, and then you can scroll over. So basically, you get to the sportsbook, you click on Chiefs Jags, and you'll see that there's like a K Adams MNF menu. It's a tab. Find it, have some fun, boost it tonight. And congrats to everybody who won on the anytime touchdown score, by the way. And our what was crazy this week? Our K makers or sleepers? Something was going crazy.
Sleepers. CJ Stroud was ranked like 16th at quarterback. Yeah, he ended up being QB1, and Rashid Shaheed was wide receiver 4 on the day in fantasy.
Who's counting? not that you're keeping tabs on any of that. I just heard in my ear Levante David's on the show tomorrow.
Let's go.
Game-winning interception. Kevin Durant is and us. We are trying to find a mutual time, which means entirely based around him. So I'm trying to move everything in my life to be able to sit down to Kevin, who is on a roll, by the way. Y'all want to tail picks. Kevin Durant, Broncos over Eagles. He was like 4 for 4 on Sunday.
Yeah, he called every single game right, including that upset. The Commanders over Chargers too, which I don't think a lot of people had. Yeah.
Kevin knows what he's doing. We've got to get his picks, and he's probably so excited about the Manders. We got to talk to Kevin. He's probably so freaking excited. Okay, so I'll say that. Kevin Durant on the show, and Levante David definitely on the show. Tomorrow, guys, go find the Monday Night Football tab. I'm out of here. I will see you never. We bring the boost. It's what we do.
We bring that boost.
I have so much more to the story to tell you. Not safe for work.